So, everybody, when you put out your trash every week, this is where they take it to a big dump site and you dump it here. It doesn't matter if you recycle. If you look on the ground, you see recycling bottles, they dismiss if you're mine, the government. They want you to recycle, otherwise you get a ticket. But they just bring two different trash trucks to your house, a recycle one and a trash truck. But they both go to the same location, back to the same location. Don't let them mess with your head. This is where it goes, back to the same location. And it just piles up and piles up. They have to do a better method of get rid of the trash because they're just burning it in the ground. Well, burning the ground doesn't do no good. After a while, we're already contaminating the environment anyway. But they need to do something else with this trash. I don't know what they can do with it, but they got to figure out a method. But this is what they do to the trash. So you're not really recycling. They're just taking it to the big trash dump, dumping it off, and see the bulldozer up there? That's smushing the trash down. Don't let the government fool you. This is what they do. They like to mess with your head. That's how they're so corrupt.
I am the president, Kevin. How do you know we do that? We don't do that. We don't bury the trash in the ground. We recycle. We do what we have to do for America. I do the best I can while I'm the president of the United States. I got another year and a half. Then whoever takes over, they can clean up this mess. I'm not doing it anymore. I'd rather go to the beach on a desert island like you see me always and just relax. I'm getting too old to do this. It's time to relax for me. Have a nice day, everybody.
You have to say what you have to say, but we know you're full of baloney. It all goes to this site. It all goes to this site and gets buried just like everything else. Pushed underneath the carpet. You want people to forget. Well, there's people out there that will never forget. You like to bribe people and tell people you better not say anything, otherwise you'll lose your job, or you'll just pay them off. That's the way of America. They like to buy you off or threaten you to fire you. That's what America is all about. Fire you and replace you. Just like, no, you're just a number. Remember that. That's all you are. On a paycheck, a number. Only friend you got in life is direct deposit. That's it. When you were younger, you had friends. When you get older, they're acquaintance. That's all they are. And this guy in front of me, he's a politician. He's a president, but before he was a president, he was a politician. Little puppet. He's not going to do anything else for America. He's retirement age, 80 years old. Let's see what he can do. He has a year and a half left. Let's see who else takes over, because there's only 2 terms and you're out. So you're almost out the door, Trump. Hasta vista, baby.
How rude. You can't talk to me like that. I'm the president of the United States. No one talks to me like that.
Well, I'm not a nobody. I'm Mr. K.M.R. My dad's a vet. You know what a vet stands for? He's like the president. If I have a problem, I just tell my dad, and he calls his vet buddies, and he'll call whoever he has to call, and everything will get taken care of. Remember, I'm like the president's son. A vet is like being the president's son. I can talk to you how I want to talk to you, because there's freedom of speech in America. So, hasta la vista, Mr. Trump. You got a year and a half left? Then you pack your stuff up and get out of the White House. You should know better than building knocking down part of the White House to build something, because that's not your property. That's the people's property. You're only there for 4 years. You can't demolish anything and think it's yours. It's not yours. You're a guest there. After 4 years, then you're out the door. Remember that. Whoever takes over, you're just a guest until you're not president anymore. Then someone else moves in. That's like renting an apartment for 4 years. You do not own it. That is not yours. So you cannot demolish part of the White House and redo it. You cannot do that. I know you did that, but that's a no. You cannot do that. Mr. Trump. See ya. Hasta la vista, baby. Everybody have a nice day. Enjoy this nice Sunday afternoon. Take a walk.